So what we're looking at here is the lifeblood of the farm. That's what it is, the water.
Toolangi is situated in the Central Highlands of Victoria, an hour and a half out of Melbourne. Home to majestic mountain ash forests containing some of the tallest trees in the world, logging in the area is affecting local water supplies. This is a story told by concerned locals.
I have been making a living 52 years on this block. I do believe that the water is less than what it was years ago.
Over 52 years, Peter Perry has built an agricultural business.
Toolangi would produce around 2/3 of the runners that are supplied to the berry growers in Australia.
Industrial-scale clearfell logging at the hands of big forests is now endangering his water supply. Over 2,000 MCGs worth are logged each year.
The consequences of this clear felling operation here and associated clear felling that's intended to happen in this area are potentially quite serious for the Perry agricultural enterprise here.
A lot of people don't know about the hydrological impacts of logging.
2009, the forest changed, the rules should have changed.
Here we are seeing their operations actually stripping out the catchment area, and we're now seeing, as a result of that, increased turbidity and discoloration of the water coming down the Rubicon River.
The forests of Toolangi survived the bushfires of 2009. Consequently, they also contain rare old growth and habitat for many endangered species.
The Grey Forest National Park is a solution in terms of it's a scientifically backed solution. It is a solution to ensure that this system does not fall into ecological collapse.
This enormous tree behind me is a very rare example of a mature mountain ash. This tree is probably upwards of 400 years old. So at the time of European settlement of Australia, it was already a very large tree.
These forests are actually not just vulnerable, these forests are now being put into the endangered category. In it, we pick up all of Melbourne's drinking water, so it has this wonderful benefit to Melbourne. It's around 60 to 90 minutes from the MCG, so it's within cooee for most Melburnians to be able to travel out here. You can get here by public transport.
With only 7% of Victoria's native forests still standing, this forest is too precious to lose.
They're not keeping up with the times. We know plantation timbers. We've got a stack of them down in the southwest of Victoria that could be used for this resource.
If the logging continues as it's intended to, in that northerly direction, it's encroaching on the Campbell's Creek catchment.
So our farm is the perfect microcosm to show that logging depletes water, and this has a huge effect on everyone that uses water, whether it's agriculture or domestic.
I just don't understand why the government's not listening to the science.
In the Central Highlands, it is absolutely heavily logged, and we know categorically it's just undeniable that logging reduces water yield, and already farmers are struggling. For a farmer, water security is absolutely vital. The industry can't survive without water.
We're a modern country. We have an international reputation. We're not a third world country. Why are we doing it?
We've got to safeguard that water any way we can. That's what I believe, and that means safeguarding the forest. It's as simple as that. Because the water is the forest, or the forest is the water. We have to have water security. And to have that, we need the forest. We certainly don't need our watersheds or catchment areas taken down.
What we need to do is stop logging our native forests right now.
We've got a duty of care to leave a legacy to our kids.
There's no way it's going to come back once it goes. You've got to protect what you've got at all costs. And it'll be good to you if you do that. You'll definitely grow wonderful crops.
I think there are some economic benefits to the region that have never been explored. Primarily the forests have been used for logging. And for the first time people are saying, well, imagine if we did things a little differently. What would that mean? And so the prosperity that can come from managing these forests for recreational purposes actually means more jobs, actually means greater visitation, so more bounty for the service providers for the region, which unfortunately logging doesn't really support. If we encourage more people to come out here because they've got more things to do, more experiences to have as a family unit, we're actually encouraging a greater tourism bounty to the region, and that's where our towns are going. That's a sustainable future. They are sustainable jobs, and things will grow. Forests will actually be viewed quite differently, and that's the exciting part of the Great Forest National Park. So we're looking at creating the new generation of managers of this landscape, and that's exciting, and that's the Great Forest National Park.